I've met Matt Wolff maybe a couple of times. He's been here at the Flow. Oklahoma State guy, plays with Ricky, plays with Chris Ventura. He's been here a few times, lives in the area. Great guy to be around, and obviously just a signature swing. His coach, George Gankus, has built a pretty great swing.
You know, and I don't know the whole story. I certainly know George. I think the world of George as a teacher. What he's doing, the results he's getting with players is phenomenal. What I have come to understand is a lot of what Matthew came with to George is what you see, and he knew well enough. And that's really kind of the Harmon family thing, is that to never change a player's DNA.
Right.
So I think a lot of what Matthew did is what he came with to George, and George being such a good teacher, he knew not to change it.
Right.
Interesting things on the trace here. So I get this question a lot, and a lot of you, delve into his teachings and so on, where they're very much about the pelvis moving very rotationally in the swing. But from a load standpoint, he might be trying to be very centered with his pelvic rotation, but he's still loading 76. Do you remember what club this was? It looks like a scoring club, maybe.
Yeah, 7-iron.
7-iron, yeah. So he's loading into this trail side 76% and into his trail heel 62%. So though on the V1 Pro, we could put lines on his pelvis to chart the amount of mass movement he has with his lower body, he's certainly still loading a tremendous amount of pressure, not only to the trail side, but back into the heel. And back into the heel will accommodate that rotation that George is wanting Matthew to have. There you go. There's a box. I thought you were going to do the penguin. There you go. Okay, there you go. Good. So you can kind of chart the mass movement on the video by putting a box or some lines on there. So he may not look like he's doing much, but he's doing a tremendous amount when you look at what he's doing into the floor. And then from there, go ahead and send him forward.
Do you guys like that he's got 100% of his weight in that left toe?
So obviously that means that his heel is up in the air. I don't have a huge problem with it. It is a 7-iron, which is interesting, but you know what? I probably spend most of my day, it depends on your clientele, right? I just spend most of my day encouraging that to happen for the right reasons. So in other words, as a result of the rotation, hey, there's plenty of people at Top Golf going like this, right?
Sure.
And that's picking up your heel, but that's not doing it how Bobby Jones did. Right, exactly.
Right?
So I'm totally okay with it only because it's as a result of his rotation. So his rotation is almost pulling that lead foot up off. And again, that's a lot freer, like you were saying about Phil Mickelson. So no, I'm totally okay with it. And I think it helps with sequencing because you really can stomp that lead heel down and peak the V chart right there. And you can see as he's transitioned the club a foot maybe, he's gone to 72% forward and he's really peaking that V chart. And if you want more potential for speed and you're using a V1 pressure mat, I would really treat the velocity chart like the Richter scale. Try to get that to peak as much because it'll help you decelerate the pivot sooner to impart more club head speed, which what this kid is all about. I mean, he's got so much speed.
So much speed. Quality ball striker. From a coaching perspective, I'm not going to change that, right?
No.
I haven't screened him, but I would love to screen him and see maybe what caused that wrist injury he's been going through. Hopefully it's fully healed, but whether it's repetitive use or something above shoulder, elbow, I'd love to figure out why. So we have as a TPI coach, we're trying to get people to swing with what their body can do, right? So that proves longevity. So if your swing is always breaking your body down, you're going to be out of golf. Right.
Certainly there's overuse injuries, but there's also improper use injuries.
For
so
sure.
It would be interesting to see what's actually causing that. I'm sure his team's on that and well aware of it.
So if Mandy had the exact maybe screen results that Matt Wolff has, she could be a good example of a female model with Matt Wolff's swing.
I would love
I've always thought of Mandy as a female model.
Whatever. Certainly not a golf model. That's Kelly.
Let's go to the beef because
Yeah,
you really,
let's do the beef.
you just have a
Yeah,
thing for
let's do
facial
it.
hair.